What's up, guys? I am back because I wanted to give you a quick recap, review, and critique of the 2017 Soul Train Awards. I know it's a tad bit delayed, but it's definitely not denied, my God. So let's jump right into it. The show opened up with SWV and Coco slayed the opening. It was a great opening for the Soul Train Awards. Their vocals, well, I can't even say their vocals. Coco's vocals were very clean, controlled. I was so proud of my boo. I love me some Coco. And I was just glad that unlike the other old school girl groups that are coming back and over singing and sounding a mess, Coco made sure to not overdo it, not over sing, and she was so controlled. She hit her notes just as well as she did back in the day, and I was so pleased by that performance. And by the way, they brought out Method Man, and he is still zaddy after all these years, my God. I love me some Method Man. That was like the cherry on top to the opening of the show. Erykah Badu was the host, and I think this is her third year hosting. I love me some Erykah Badu. I love Mother Badu, but she is dry as a host as it pertains to her comedy. Like, her jokes never are really funny, but I love her. So, I mean, I can tolerate her, but she's just not funny. Tamar Braxton performed. She did not lip sync as she did at the BET Awards. She had some congestion and a tad bit of vocal issues, but overall, I would say it was a pretty solid performance. I feel like this proves to the Tamartians who were defending Tamar, claiming that she actually did not lip sync at the BET Awards. This performance proved that she actually did, because there was, like I said, some congestion, so you could hear some flaws in Tamar's voice, some pitchy areas. Not that it wasn't a good performance, but it still was completely different than how clean the BET Awards performance was because of it being a pre-recorded track, especially when she was throwing her hair back and forth and she was still on key and didn't have pitch issues. And this award show proved that all that hair swinging could not be done and someone still stay on key, because that big note that Tamar hit, she held it, my God, but she didn't do any jerking, jiving, or shuffling, because if you notice, even in her minor movements, there was some vocal inflections in her voice and changes and things like that. But overall, it was a solid performance. Glad to not have Tamar lip sync for her life, my God, because she is a pretty good singer. Oh my God, the Soul Cypher was everything. In the Soul Cypher, we had, of course, Mother Badu, who was the DJ. There was Mali Music, Fantasia Barrino, and Faith Evans, as well as Bilal. My favorite for the Soul Cypher, hands down, goes to Fantasia. She slayed it. Everybody was great collectively, but Fantasia killed it. 112 performed. They looked okay, but their dances and their dance moves came off very geriatric, like they were senior citizens trying to do the hip hop, you know, dances. And I was totally disappointed with them trying to do the Michael Jackson dances, because they're not on that level of choreography to pull off Michael Jackson dances. So it was a tad bit disappointing and annoying watching them play around with Michael. If you're gonna do Michael, please do Michael right. And I was excited to see 112 because growing up, I did have a huge crush on Deron, and he's still pretty handsome. I mean, everybody in the group is okay looking. Nobody is ugly. Now, this has nothing to do with what happened on stage, but the couple in the audience, please comment below and tell me who they were. They looked a mess in that plastic the plastic hat, the lady, and then the guy with the plastic and the rain gear. My God, who wears rain gear and rainwear to the Soul Train Awards, or any awards for that matter? They annoy me because the camera kept showing them and panning to them, and it's like, this plastic is getting on my nerves. This saran wrap. Please move, lady. SWV was awarded the Lady of Soul Award. I had no clue that they sold 25 million albums, but I personally believe it was well deserved. They had some great hits. They're still in the game to this day, and I think they could be considered somewhat of a legend because of their longevity in the business. They were together, broke up, got back together, and now they're just killing shows and performing and doing their thing. So it was great to see Coco honored with the Lady of Soul Award. My God, no shade. Tank, my baby daddy, oh my God. Oh my God, he gave us vocals, body, and sex on stage. I had to look around because once I gathered myself from that performance, I thought I was really having sex with him. I had my legs up in the air, up against the TV, my God. I was just hot and bothered, and he made my panties soaking wet. It was a great performance. I love me some Tank, y'all. And if you guys don't know, Brandy is my most favorite singer of all time, well, living, because my favorite singer actually was Lucretia Campbell, who passed away last year, I believe it was. And so Brandy is my favorite female singer, and Tank is definitely, if not my favorite male singer, he is like second in line. I think he is my favorite male singer though, because I just love his vocals. It's funny because I always say that Brandy and Tank are the male and female version of each other because they don't sing very loud. They don't have this loud, churchy, obnoxious voice, but they have very clean vocals. Their vocal technicality is everything. Their riffs and runs and the things they do with the gift that God has given them, my God. Keyshia Cole performed, and I like Keyshia Cole, but this proves why she belongs in the parking lot selling fish plates, my God. Now, I actually have all of her albums, but she always gives a mediocre performance. She has this washed up, used up, old school theme that we're done and tired of. The bar lounge in the background with a fedora hat, and then she can't dance, so why does she try to even give us choreography? But she's not the greatest singer either, but I was totally over it. I wanted to fast forward the Keyshia Cole performance, but I wanted to make sure I caught everything for you guys. Demetria McKinney performed, I guess, as a new artist. She was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I believe she is also from the House of Pain as the crackhead mother on that show. Then she played Whitney Houston in the Bobby Christina movie, my God, and she was horrible from the first note, just as her vocals were horrible in the Bobby Christina movie when she was playing Whitney, my God. So I didn't expect much of her, but I thought she was going to try to bring it since they gave her an opportunity to perform, but it was horrible from the first note. SZA won Best New Artist. Congratulations to her, but she shaded the Soul Train Awards because SZA wasn't there. As a new artist and getting Best New Artist, I feel like it was total shade to not be at an award show to receive your Best New Artist award. And at the very least, send a thank you video or a telegram or something, my God. Now, one of my faves, Toni Braxton, received the Legend Award, and she was tributed by Ro James, Jessie J, and my other baby daddy, Luke James, my God. Luke James never disappoints. Like, his version of Unbreak My Heart was so phenomenal that I actually would love for him to record it as a cover or a extra song on an album, but he always slays a stage vocally. He leaves his whole being on stage, and I love me some Chocolate and I love me some Luke James, so he always kills it. His ex-girlfriend, my God, also performed, as I said, Jessie J. She gave a phenomenal rendition of Toni's song as well. I love that she was able to tribute Toni, but not she made it her own, and that's what tributes are about. Tributes are not necessarily about sounding like the artist. It's singing their music, making it your own, and delivering it in your own way, the best way you can, my God. My only critique is that the band was so loud, because I feel like Jessie J is a loud singer as well as Luke James, and for us to not be able to hear them super clearly, something wasn't right with the sound, and the band was probably too loud. Ro James did okay, but he was having some voice malfunctioning issues, my God. So it was sad because he sounded pretty good in his natural tone, in his natural vocal level, but when he went to go hit those notes, honey, he missed and they hit back, my God. Now, Toni's performance, I thought she did pretty well. It wasn't as great as when I've seen Toni live, because Toni is a phenomenal performer. If she's ever in your area and she's doing a show, go to her show, because she was one of the best shows that I've gone to, and not because there was a lot of theatrics, but it was glitz and glamour and class, and it was, you could sit down and enjoy the show. It was a very mature type of performance and audience and show. But she's receiving a lot of flack because people were complaining about not being able to hear her, and she was telling the audience she can't hear them, and we really couldn't hear her. But just as I stated with the band being too loud, as it pertains to Jessie J, Ro James, and Luke James, I believe that it was too loud for Toni as well, because I don't know if you guys caught it, Toni sounded great and we could hear her clearly when she was kind of singing a cappella at the beginning. So she really didn't have sound issues where we could not hear her until the band began to start to play. So I really feel like it was either the band or Toni didn't feel well, because we do know that she battles with lupus. So that still does not change the fact that she was very deserving of this award, because she is truly a legend. She has phenomenal albums, she has broken records, and she has paved the way for many people. Also, it was cute to see her come off stage and see her hand the mic to her sister Tamar Braxton to hit a few notes for her, which Toni always does. People don't know that, but back in the day when Toni was having issues with her health and hitting notes, she would have Tamar hit the notes for her. But then she got back on stage and did He Wasn't Man Enough for Me. And this is why I say that 112 looked like they were the geriatric version of a Michael Jackson dance, because Toni Braxton is 100% and definitely older than them. But when she got up there to do her He Wasn't Man Enough for Me choreography, Toni slayed. It was clean. She hit the pop and lock and everything. I hope she is feeling okay, because as I stated, maybe she was having problems singing because of her health, but lift her up in prayer, because it has been an ongoing struggle and battle for her. Other than that, the show was okay overall. It was a great show to watch. It was entertaining, and that's about it. So please follow me on all social media outlets. Thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications, comment down below in the comment section, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.